Hi, I'm Michi, and I want you to imagine a little girl in your life, or just make up one if you don't have one. She's in elementary school. It's parent-teacher conference day, and the teacher describes her as a joy to have in class. But she gets distracted very easily. She interrupts her classmates. She can't keep on track without multiple prompts, and she seems to be falling behind in her schoolwork. Little do you all know, this little girl has ADHD, and she also doesn't know why she's struggling. She tries her very best. Now, imagine this little girl is someone important to you. It can be your daughter, your niece, a cousin, even a neighbor. You, as the adult in her life, a parent, teacher, peer, neighbor, wouldn't it be good if you understood her struggles and what she was struggling with and be able to help her in some way? I believe it's very important for us as adults to see what ADHD looks like in young girls so that we can give them the support they need and maybe provide them with patience, understanding, and even treatment if so needed, so that they don't go on growing up thinking that they are just lazy or inadequate. Now, this is important because not understanding ADHD in girls can have very severe consequences. In the Berkeley Girls with ADHD longitudinal study, also known as the BGALs, funny, they had multiple follow-ups with these girls from their adolescence to their adulthood. The purpose of this was to see how ADHD impacted them throughout their lives. What they found was that most girls who had inattentive symptoms, these symptoms would lead to them feeling emotional distress, usually feeling intense shame and very low self-esteem. Now, a very scary finding was that the girls with combined type ADHD, which is inattentive plus hyperactive, they often showed some more outward symptoms, which include impulsivity and hyperactivity. They tended to be shunned out by their peers in very early ages, which sadly led to a lot of them in their late teen years having some experience with self-harm and even attempts of suicide. The inattentive girls often suffered more inwardly. Their symptoms were not very visual, so a lot of the times their diagnosis wasn't acknowledged until their late teens or even adulthood. As you can tell, it's very important to understand these girls and not dismiss their symptoms, or else the consequences can be detrimental. Well, Dr. Hinshaw, a lead scientist in the BGAL study, came up with some solutions. 3 things he pointed out: knowledge, learning about ADHD in girls and what it looks like can help these girls feel more seen, connecting with them, talking with them, listening to them, just letting them vent to you so they, again, feel seen. And acting, becoming a support system. Supporting support systems that already exist, such as student accommodations, or even helping them get the therapy that they may need. This all leads to young girls feeling understood, which can then lead them to becoming more confident in themselves, which then leads them to much brighter futures. I want to urge you all as an audience to change how you view ADHD. Rather than seeing it as a boy disorder or imagining a boy who's jumping off of the walls, think of the young girl who's sitting in a corner who had to reread the same page of a book three times over because she kept getting distracted by an ink blot on the corner of the page because why is it there? How did it get there? And maybe offer her some patience, maybe even a reminder of where she is on the page. And even offer some advice to the parents or guardians that are responsible for her if she needs further help. like school. What's the word? I just used it. I apologize. Accommodations, yes, thank you so much. School accommodations, and advocating for therapy, and in some cases, if needed, medications. Sometimes, all these girls need is somebody to sit with them patiently and just understand them. I can attest to this. The entire time I wrote this speech, I was in a video call with my friends, sitting in complete silence. Thank you.